Yes, my people, good day. We're doing a water pump on this Xterra, so it look like here. New one. This O-ring is different from the black one, you know, but fortunately they come already preset. So the water pump run by the timing chain. Tension on this side, water pump on that side. We're gonna back off the tensioner, get some slack in the chain so that we can get out the timing chain. So how we do that is, I always save my tensioner pins, but these ones just a little bit too big. So, you know, I always run that problem, you know, too big. So use a paper clip. The coated ones work better. All right, these two, just squeeze them together. You see the top? Squeeze them together. You can use your finger, but I'm just showing you for example purpose. Squeeze them together. And it releases from this corrugated portion here, so then you can set that back. Squeeze and push. I'm squeezed together. See, pushing out the oil all time. Feel like it stopped right there, so feel like it stopped right there. And then you want to take this and put it in a one little hole right here, so look like you have to go back 1 more millimeter. Always have to go back. Always have to go deeper. Deeper. So like that. Alright, there we go. I'll put this in there. Like so. And release. See that? See that now? See that? Then 10 millimeter. Loosen. Yep. Alright, careful at this point. You don't want to lose any of these fasteners. Yeah, careful with that. Careful with that. Now take out tension on the bolt together as one. Because all right. That's it. And then you're going to turn the crankshaft counterclockwise a little bit, get some slack off of that chain right there. So all this slack now going to be transferred from here to here. Here we go. See it tight now? Oh, that's too tight now. I'll take places. Flat. What take places? Like this way. Oh, it'll slap him back. Why am I not getting? Why am I not get the slack back on the other side? Why am I not get the slack back on this side now? Here we go. There it go now. There it go now. Oh, the chain was binding up. Oh, see it now. Now I not to feel confident. about the timing. Oh boy. Timing can't jump so easy. I hope not. We're about to find out. In times like these, being a mechanic, boy, I'm gonna tell you, it make your heart drop. I said the chain just jump a while ago. I'm not sure what jump, but at the same time, in the middle of the job, trying to think through what that could be, you still have to proceed because what other option is there? Can't just stop. So we keep it moving. Yeah. So at this point now, we get the bolts out. So me have the mirror. I keep showing my mirror. So now to get this out, you press out the whole water pump, or lack of a better term, press maybe like jack it out. You use like a 12mm metric. It bolts, they have threads in the water pump itself, not just a through hole. The holes that I just used were through holes, and the bolts, for example, this was the bolt that just came out. See the size? And this is the bolt that I'm putting in now. See the difference? So this one is threading into the water pump. Yeah, that's that. I don't know what that, you know. So you hear me still mumbling because while working, I'm still thinking about what could that be. But I figured it out. Answer is at the end. And you see me being ever so careful with that bolt. You don't want that drop in, because if that drop down into the timing chain is, and the oil pan, you can't close that engine up. Okay. Turn that a little bit. Keep it level. Keep that level. Turn that a little bit. Also making sure that the chain not binding up. Make sure the chain not binding up. Chain not binding up. Okay, there we go. First time in history anything just leaked and went straight into the drain bucket. Yep, that's the water pump. Yep, done. So after cleaning up the area, then make sure that any little crud or anything not in there to interfere with the O-ring. Repair manual say you can use a little motor oil on those O-rings. So I put a little bit on that outer one and just gently, and you see I'm using my pick in a little useful manner, just moving the chain out the way because I don't want it to start snagging up or hanging up or kinking or whatever, but just gently working it in there. You see that? Just like that, man. And you know, make sure you don't have nothing small or loose in your hand, because you don't want nothing drop down in there. And again, you see me break out the mirror because I want to make sure that I have the bolt holes lined up that I'm going to put the bolts in. You see me clocking the water pump just like that, is to make sure that the holes are through and lined up ready to go, so I'm not fighting with that 10mm bolt when I'm trying to catch it. See this now? Put a little paper up on this, you know, because I don't want to lose nothing, you know. That's something. I try if yeah. So in this situation here, this is a perfect example of all the different skills that a mechanic has to have. So I have one finger holding back the the the, the, the guide, then a next finger keeping pressure on the 10 millimeter bolt so it don't have any chance to back out to fall anywhere, while at the same time the other hand now shifting the whole tensioner around a little bit, trying to find a hole for it to fall into to start the threading. So holding it back, adjusting it, trying to find a hole, trying to keep a finger on the 10 millimeter bolt. Yeah, let me tell you, it's not so straightforward. It's not so straightforward. But you can learn it, and it can be done. But it is just a classic example of all the different skills that you have. And then now, mind you, I am up top, leaning forward, bending over, and positioning all this stuff at the same time. So you're getting a workout in at the same time. You understand? Right here, the paper clip wouldn't just pull out. So I had to push back on the tensioner to loosen up the pressure that was on the paper clip. So that's what happened there, so I could get it. So now, because it seemed like the timing jumped earlier when I started, I am determined to turn this engine over 2 times to feel if there's any binding or anything like that. Fingers crossed to make sure, and just hoping and praying that it didn't just jump time. But what did I figure out at the end? Stay tuned. So it's time to put these covers back on now. So I'm just cleaning off some of the old RTV that's there, getting into that little crevice with my scraper tool, getting some of that stuff off of there, trying not to let too much of that stuff fall inside, wiping the area clean in preparation for the covers. So this is what I use. Renzo seal. And then especially this can right here. I don't know what they did with the formulation, but this can, you would think that the RTV would dry up in the tip, but it does not after days. So that's why I like it. That one will come out a lot better. So at this point now, I am trying not to smudge the RTV that's on there. I want to line it up perfect, so I get it as close as possible with one bolt through already, and then get that bolt started in the hole that it should be. Then I get the next bolt, get that one started, and then after I get that started, then I can let it go, and then now I can push it on into place. That way I don't smear it or run the risk of knocking off some of the RTV and I still have a leak. So that's one of the little tips and tricks. I think that was the last time I seen him. No lie. That day there. Six coming man. Printing fast. So the big reveal is coming up here in a couple seconds, and you're gonna see what happened with regards to that jumping of the timing sound that I received earlier in the video. And man, let me tell you, listen up. That's the way you change the water pump. You put everything back together now, the fan shroud, and plug in all of these connectors and everything, and then we're good to go. Yeah man, thanks for watching. Have a nice day, bless you.